Welcome to day 10 of the balance challenge. So today we're going to be working with half moon pose. So in half moon pose, we're going to have our foot facing towards the top of the mat. And you can use a block here for half moon pose, or you might want to grab a chair. It's a very difficult balancing pose, but we're going to have the toes facing towards the top of the mat. We'll have the opposite foot parallel with the back of the mat. And we're going to press into the front foot and lift up that back leg. And the back foot's going to be parallel to the mat. So when we're in half moon pose, we're looking to create a line through the body. Our hips are facing the wide edge of the mat, and then our left arm reaches up towards the sky. So our belly button is pulling back because this is our core. This is where our balance is. So we want to stick with it right here. So another option is to use your block. So you press into that right foot, we'll lift up the left foot, and then stretch the right arm up. Just want to give you a few little pointers here before we get into it. You can also place your hand on the mat if you have really long arms or you're really balanced. All right, so to get started, we are going to do some plank vinyasas. So go ahead and step to the top of your mat, feet hip width apart. Bring your hands to heart center. Let's take a nice deep inhale through the nose. Open the mouth, exhale it out. Go ahead and set your intention for how you want to feel after this practice today. How do you want to feel after this practice today? And then open your eyes back up. Inhale, reach those arms up to the sky. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Hands come down to the mat. Step the feet back to plank. Elbows are facing each other. Take an inhale, the insides of your elbows. Take an inhale. Exhale, knees, chest, forehead, all the way down. Inhale, roll up to cobra. Exhale, push back to downward dog. Take an inhale. On the exhale, walk your feet up to your hands. Inhale, reach the arms up to the sky. Exhale, hands at heart center. Inhale, the arms back up to the sky. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Hands come down to the mat. Step back into plank. Pull that core in. Take another inhale. Exhale, knees, chest, forehead, all the way down. Inhale, roll up to cobra. Exhale, push back to down dog. Walk your feet up to your hands. Inhale, reach the arms up to the sky. Exhale, hands at heart center. Inhale, the arms back up to the sky. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Hands come down to the mat. Bring it down into plank. We're going to stay here in plank. So check in with where you're holding your weight in your body. Can you balance the weight between the right hand and the left hand? Pressing more into the pads of the fingers to take some of the pressure off of your wrists. Pull that belly button up and back and bring some of your weight back into your heels so it's evenly distributed. Take another inhale. On the exhale, roll onto your feet to the right side, coming into side plank. If that's too much, you're just going to step that left foot out in front of you. It helps take some of the pressure off of the wrist. Press into that left foot, lift up through the hips if you're in the modified version. Keep lifting up through the hips no matter where you're at. Now bring that left arm back down, step the left leg back. Here we are, back in plank. Take an inhale. Exhale, roll to the outside of the left foot this time. Reach that right arm up. Lift up through the hips. Step that right foot to the center of the mat. The toes are facing towards the outer edge of the mat. Inhale, lift up through the hips. Press into that right heel and the outside of the left foot. Strengthening the arms. Bring that right hand back down. Step the right leg back. Here we are in plank. Take an inhale. Exhale, lift up through the hips. Bring it into down dog. Take another inhale through the nose. Open the mouth. Exhale it out. Now step that right foot through to the right hand. Left knee comes down. Bring it up to low lunge. Take another inhale. On the exhale, bring the hands down to the mat and then turn that left foot so it's parallel to the back of the mat. We have heel to arch alignment going on. I want you to bring that right hand to the inside of your right foot and then reach the left arm up to the sky. Side angle pose. Push into that right foot. Push into the back of the left foot. Getting that balance. Now I want you to put all your weight into that right foot. I want you to imagine you're going to push up. We're not going to do that yet, but we're moving into half moon pose. Go ahead and bring that left hand down to the mat. Heel toe your right foot in. And then depending on where you want to be, we're going to place our hand on our block, or you're going to place your hand on the chair. The chair is going to provide more stability. So place all your weight into that right foot, press into the block or the chair, and then lift up your left leg to the sky. I'm going to put my hand on the chair. I think I'm going to do better there. So I'm going to reach that left leg up. My left foot's parallel to the mat. My hip bones are facing towards the wide edge of the mat. So I'm feeling nice and strong here. My core is tight. So now let's lift the left arm up so we can shine in all directions. Keep lifting up through that left leg. You have a small bend in the right leg. If you fall out of it, just come back into it. Take another inhale. On the exhale, bring that left leg down. Bring your left arm down. You can bring your right arm down. And then walk your feet back into plank. Lift up through the hips. Let's bring it to down dog. Step the left foot through to the left hand. Right knee comes down. Inhale up to low lunge. And then exhale, bring the hands back down to the mat. Pivot your right foot so it's parallel to the back of the mat. Line up that left heel with your right arch. Heel to arch alignment. Now place your left hand to the inside of the left foot and inhale, reach that right arm up to the sky. Side angle pose. So open up by twisting through the torso and stacking your shoulders on top of each other. A nice little prep before we get into half moon pose. Go ahead and bring that right hand back down to the mat. Heel toe that right foot in. And then place your left hand on the block or your chair. Once your left hand is positioned, place your weight into your left foot. Push off that right foot. Pull that belly button in towards the spine. Right foot's parallel to the mat. You're long through your spine, your shoulders are stacked. And when you're ready, reach that right arm up to the sky. Now imagine your belly button as a bright, shining golden light. And then imagine that light swirling out in every direction through your right arm, your left leg, and your right leg. Go ahead and bring that right leg back down. Bring your right hand down to the mat, then the left. Let's walk the feet back. Lift the hips up to down dog. We're going to come into half moon pose again. So take an inhale. On the exhale, step the right foot through between the hands this time. Turn that left foot parallel to the back of the mat. We have a nice little bend in that right knee. So you're going to place your right hand on your block, or you're going to place it on your chair. Then heel toe that left foot in. Place your weight onto the right foot and then push off that left foot, lifting the left leg up. The left foot is parallel to the mat. Pull that belly button up and back through the spine, to the spine. Lengthen through the back. Imagine the shoulder blades are coming towards each other. When you're stable here, reach that left arm up. Pressing into the right foot to bounce up that energy, giving you a little bit more brightness as you hold half moon. Stay with the breath. You're going to feel some fire. That's perfectly normal. We're strengthening our bodies. We're increasing our focus and our stamina. Bring that left foot back down to the mat and your left arm. Then bring the right hand down. Walk the feet back. Lift the hips up to down dog. Now step the left foot through between the hands. Turn that right foot parallel to the mat, the back of the mat. Bend that left knee. And then you're going to place your left hand on your block or your chair. Heel toe that right foot in a bit. And then press into the left foot and push off the right foot. You might find one side is more balanced than the others. That right foot's parallel to the mat. Your hips are facing towards the wide edge of the mat. Once you're strong through the base of this pose, I want you to lift that right arm up to the sky. Radiating light in all directions. Hold onto your chair. Use a wall, whatever you've got to do to make this pose accessible. Take another inhale. On the exhale, bring that right foot back down. The right hand comes down to the mat. The left hand comes down to the mat. Walk your feet back. Come into down dog. Take an inhale. Lift the spine up and over to plank. Once you're in plank, pull the belly button up and back towards the spine. Get long through the neck. Draw that imaginary line down the middle of your body. Are you holding the weight more on the right side or the left side? Check in with your hands. Can you move some of that weight to the pads of your fingers? And then can you shift some of that weight back to your heels? Stay with the breath. Breathe into your heart space. Find balance between your head and your heart. If we stay in our head, we might choose not to do this. If we breathe into our heart, we might find the strength to keep going. Take another inhale. On the exhale, bring your knees down to the mat. Bring your seat back to your heels. Come back into child's pose for a moment. Take a deep inhale through the nose. Open the mouth, exhale it out. Walk your body up into easy pose. Bring your hands to heart center. Take a moment to acknowledge what you found challenging today. Notice if it was one side that was more challenging than the other. And then what went well for you today? Maybe plank was a little bit easier today because it was your second day. Just check in. Give yourself all the messages. And then use this information to build your strength, your stamina, and your focus. Take a nice deep inhale through the nose. Open the mouth, exhale it out. Thank you so much for joining me today. Namaste.